Here's our answer key for Thursday, October 19th. First question, which numbers below have a difference greater than 400? So I know that difference means I'm going to subtract. So I have to subtract A, B, C, and D and figure out which of those answer choices are bigger than 400. A, 800 minus 475. Let's solve that. I know I'm going to have to do a lot of borrowing, so I'm going to start my hundreds place. The 8 becomes a 7. This becomes a 10. I have to borrow again, so it becomes a 9. My ones place becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 7 is 2. 7 minus 4 is 3. 325. A is not a possible answer choice because it is not greater than 400. Let's check B. 625 minus 200. 5 minus 0 is 5. 2 minus 0 is 2. 6 minus 2 is 4. 425. B is a possible answer choice because 425 is greater than 400. Let's check C. 1,000 minus 575. I got to do a lot of borrowing here, so I'm going to start my thousands place. That becomes a 0. This becomes a 10. Got to borrow again. Becomes a 9. 0 becomes a 10. Got to borrow again, so it becomes a 9. Last place value becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 7 is 2. 9 minus 5 is 4. So 425 is greater than 400. So C is another answer choice. So I'm going to circle C because it's greater than 400. Let's check D. 480 minus 95. I can't do 0 minus 5 without getting a negative number, so I got to borrow from my tens, make that a 7. This becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. Can't minus 7 minus 9 without getting a negative number, so I borrow from my hundreds. That becomes a 3. The 7 becomes a 17. Now I subtract. 17 minus 9 is 8. 3 minus 0 is 3. 385 is not greater than 400, so it is not an answer choice. Next, we have an array where we have to figure out the multiplication problem. Let's count our rows. 1, 2, 3. Let's count our columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my multiplication problem would be 6 times 3, which is 18. Now I can write an addition problem. Well, I could do 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time, 6. I could do 3 6 times, or I could do 6 3 times. Both of those would still give me a product of 18. This also shows me the commutative property of addition or multiplication, saying whichever way you put your numbers, you'll still get your product. Alright, the next question here gives me a number line, and I have 1,300, 1,350, 1,400. So whenever I see these number lines and I have my halfway marked with 50, I automatically start thinking of quarters. So what would go here would be the value of 1 quarter. 1,325. See the value of the quarter there? 25, 50. The next one would be 1,375. So what number could this dot be marking? Well, I know it's a little bit above 1,325, so I can eliminate B because it's not on that line. It's a little bit in front of it. I can also eliminate 1,348 because that would be closer to 1,350. So my two answer choices I'm kind of left with are 1,326, 1,320. Well, here would be 1,320, so I can eliminate D. So the best answer is C because it's a little bit above 1,325. All right, let's take a look at our place value blocks. Let's figure out the value. Starting our ones, we have 2 ones. Let's count our tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Our hundreds, 100, 200, and 1,000. So, my value of these blocks are 1,252. The question says, which of the following is not equivalent to the number represented by the base 10 blocks? Not equivalent. So some of these answers are going to be equivalent, but we're trying to figure out which ones are not equivalent. Let's show our work for A, B, C, and D to find the value. So A, 1,000 is equivalent to 1,000. 100 is 100. 15 tens is 150. And 2 ones. Let's add all of these up, and we get 1,252. That is equivalent to what we have. But we're not looking for what's equivalent. We're looking for what's not equivalent. So I have to eliminate A. Let's solve for B. 12 hundreds equals 1,200. Okay? 52 tens equals 520. If I add all of these up, I get 1,720. 1,720 is not equivalent, so that is a possible answer choice. Let's look at C. 1,000 is equivalent to 1,000. 100 is equivalent to 100. 15 tens equals 150. 2 ones. So let's take a look. This is very, very similar to option A. So we get 1,252 when we add those up. That is equivalent. So we're going to eliminate it because we're looking for which ones are not equivalent. Let's find the answer to D. 12 hundreds equals 1,200. Notice it has 2 zeros because hundreds place has 2 zeros. 4 tens equals 40. 12 ones equals 12. Let's add all these up. 2. 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 plus 0 is 2. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1,252. That is equivalent to all of these answer choices. So I can eliminate D. My only answer is B.